Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Welcome to year 7.
What?
Look at all this quality stuff. For a long storage.
Today is kind of a monumental day in that this concludes 6 years of vlogging on YouTube. Daily vlogging.
That's insane. Because I feel I can still remember like sitting on the airplane on our way to Scotland. Or like getting dropped off at the airport.
Let's do this.
Here we go.
Okay. And walking through the airport and kind of thinking like, oh, maybe we should do a clip.
Now we're headed to our gate.
Let's do this.
Like a video clip of this or that.
Do you remember sitting at the table at my mom's house the day before we left and we checked in for the flights? Oh boy. So in 24 hours from right now, we're gonna
walk on the plane. I do not remember that.
That was our first vlog.
Really?
Or it was the first vlog in the progression of 6 years of daily vlogging.
Wow.
And that was August 24th, I'm just kidding, 2014.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's like, it feels like yesterday and it feels like a lifetime all at once.
Yeah. I mean, 6 years is a significant chunk of time.
Yeah.
That we have documented here on YouTube. And it's interesting, I went back this morning, just kind of excuse me. Reminiscing about this journey. And I watched, we'd made a montage after year 1.
Right. I feel like we did that for a couple of years.
Yeah, we did. I think for the first couple of years. And it's really neat if you have joined the Frey Life journey in the last couple of years or few years, and you want to get a glimpse of kind of the early days, those year 1 and year 2, I don't know if we have a year 3 recaps. They are, it's neat to see it. I felt like I was reliving that first year as I watched just these short clips and kind of, you know, things like opening Kinder eggs in Scotland.
Look, they have Kinder eggs.
Oh, they're your favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get one. Could I have one, please?
But also, I think it was in that year 1, one of the videos, we sat down in front of the camera or just kind of reflecting, and I think it was pretty early on. I think it was about 3 months in to daily vlogging, and we're kind of expressing how crazy it is that through the internet and these videos, we're connecting with people from around the world. God's put people in our lives through video, through YouTube, through this crazy journey here in Scotland. We feel so thankful that we have just a team of people who love us, who believe in us, who encourage us day in and day out, and we're just thankful to share our lives with all you guys.
Yeah, and really it feels like a partnership. We had no idea the community and the friendships and just this partnership that would develop through our time here in Scotland. We're getting closer with people from Maryland, where we grew up, or in Chicago, people who, you know, we knew in the past, but now we're like getting to really know them.
And we're making new connections with people all across the world.
Yeah.
From South America to Europe to
Netherlands,
Australia. Like, we are making connections, and it just is so cool to sit back and look at all this.
Yeah.
Like, that was just, you know, probably a few hundred people watching our videos at that point.
And that was crazy. I mean, having the opportunity to be welcomed into a few hundred homes, and then a few months later it was a few thousand homes, and now there's over 250,000 people who at one point clicked that subscribe button. And I know there's a lot of people who aren't subscribed but also keep up with like our journey and join us on that journey.
Yeah.
And it's really mind-blowing. It's really mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's crazy that we have a daily documentary of basically 6 years.
Yeah.
Of just the ups and downs. And if you've been following the last couple of years, like, I mean, it's like we went on a roller coaster of just Mary's health declining, and then here we are today, and she's doing so much better, and in many ways, the first 5 years of daily blogging, it was kind of like this up and down, up and down, up and down, but in the direction of down. And then this past year, we have this kind of new lease on life, and it's I think I'm feeling nostalgic on this day that marks 6 years.
Some people ask, like some of our friends have asked, like, how do you do it? Like, how do you do it every day? And for us, it just feels like normal life.
Mm-hmm.
We are sharing the journey with you guys. And when I say you guys, I think of the private messages I get on Instagram. I think of the comments we get here on YouTube. I think of our Facebook interactions. I think of our emails. And that's what I mean when I say you guys. You know, to the young mom who's up in the middle of the night breastfeeding her child, and you watch our videos on silent, or to the person who's in the hospital right now, who's really lonely, and you click on our video and you take 10 minutes out of your day to come on that journey with us and welcome us on your journey. To the grandmother who takes care of her grandchildren, and to the doctor who watches us on the off hours, and to the respiratory therapists who are now studying to be respiratory therapists because they were introduced to a life of cystic fibrosis, and that made them want to go into respiratory therapy. Like, that's who I mean when I say you guys. And I know that there are a lot of people with a lot of different stories, a lot of different backgrounds, and we're just like really honored to be welcomed into that with you guys, even though we don't know all the details. About a month and a half ago, we asked you guys to introduce yourself if you had never done that. And it was such an encouragement. And we have a 14-page document of who you guys are. And I know that 14 pages isn't everybody, but it's a glimpse that we get to see into you, like your life or who you are.
Yeah, and it reminds us of why we tell our story. And in many ways, Mary and I didn't start 6 years ago to have a YouTube channel that had a lot of followers and became our job, and we were simply telling our story for our friends and family to see. And
in a way, it was a thank you, because we raised financial support for part of our Scotland trip because Peter was going to be in school full time and I wasn't able to work. So we did those videos as updates to say thank you to those people who financially chose to go on that journey with us. And so it's crazy to think that what we started as a thank you for coming on our journey has turned into thank you for coming on our journey.
Yeah. And we've simply said all along that we're just telling our story. And I love that kind of what started us on this journey was me going to Scotland to study storytelling.
That is so weird. That's awesome.
I know, yeah. I'm doing this Master of Theology degree in preaching, and I'm looking at the role of imagination and storytelling in how we communicate truth and how we really change people's lives, how our lives changed. And part of that process for me in my studies, I even, while we were in Scotland, I was studying a specific storyteller, George MacDonald, and you might have read some of his fairy tales before, but he was also a pastor. And so I went to his hometown in Scotland in the Highlands and visited these places, and I'm thinking about how in order to have change come about in our lives, we have to connect with our heart and mind. And one of the most powerful ways to do that is to hear a story where we identify in that story. And I think zooming out to 6 years later, it's amazing how that's what our YouTube channel in many ways has become for so many people who they see or hear our everyday lives, and you connect with something along the spectrum of the mundane, the health struggles, the joys, the whatever it is, you're able to come into our story. And we're so grateful to be able to not only welcome you into our story, but you welcome us into your story. And I hope that in that our lives are changed. And
here's
we're
to
grateful.
7 years. Year 7.
Yeah, 6 years here on
6
YouTube.
6 years completed.
Here's to year 7. And
as always,
we'll see you
oh,
tomorrow.
that makes me get choked up.
It makes you get choked up.
Yeah. We will see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow. We will see you
tomorrow.
Fare thee well.
Good night.
We'll see you tomorrow. As always.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night to the